some cosmetic work that I already know that I want to get done. Most of this bus is in pretty good shape. Paint-wise, I've already gone down it and looked at it, and most of this will just require buffing. But no bus is perfect, and I already have a little plan for dealing with this when I get back. There's just a little bit of paint peeling, which is real typical right there. And what I'll probably do is do what a lot of the Bluebird people do. Get this color here, this darker color, and then put another stripe all along the seam line and just, get that done. I actually have a paint shop that I like that can do that kind of stuff. But first and foremost, we got to get this bird up and running. Everybody that I've spoken to that knew my brother-in-law, including his really good friend Dave, said that this thing's in super mechanical condition. I hope so. It's a huge obligation for me. I was, a year ago, retired, but life has kind of intervened. One of the things that I discovered yesterday that it's a magical mystery palace, but my brother-in-law had worked in electronics and avionics for years before he became an IT professional. But what he did is this whole generator, the good news is it's all been overhauled. The motor, the gen pack on it and everything like that. However, it's not standard Bluebird. So when I get it home or can get this where I have enough room to pull the whole tray out, what I'll do is have to see how it's wired up in the back. It was never hooked up. He actually hooked it up and ran the whole house on it just to see if it would handle the load and everything. Even ran the air conditioning on it. But air conditioning on the house. But anyway, I believe it's a 13.5 kW Perkins unit, but the Gen Tech or the Gen Pack on it is much newer. It's probably 9 years old. So when I have access to everything, I'll probably extend the tray and climb back there with an inspection light and try to find out what labeling I have. Right now it's not hooked up to the bus. What we have used for years while this was being rebuilt, or what he used for years more correctly, I'll walk you back there, is this generator here, this big old Honda generator, and that was more than capable of meeting his needs. So, he'd actually run down the road with a Honda generator, but that generator is going to go to my nephew here. They were one of the Texans that lost their electricity, so this is already spoken for, and he's an electrician, so he'll get that wired into his house. And a lot of interesting options here. But the back of this bus is in just beautiful condition. Well, the whole bus is in beautiful condition except those little paint chips that I showed you. And it just needs some TLC, some buffing. Well, I started this video with a discussion of painting a stripe to cover up some of the areas along the seam line that were not perfect. In fact, it looks like the repainted paint was starting to peel. And I've kind of changed my feeling since I made this video. This is part of a much longer video that you probably won't see. I've cut it into segments, but I was walking around the bus waiting for the mobile mechanic to get there. Since then, I've changed my mind and decided that I will probably feather those paint areas in and then also have that area repainted, staying with the original color of the second owner that painted this bus. That way, it won't be as likely to get water under it, either from power washing or rain, and lift the paint. So I think instead of putting a stripe around there, if that were to spread outside of the stripe area and lift the paint, then I'd have a real problem. I'll just go ahead and do it right and get that feathered in and get a much bigger paint area done. The original paint on these buses was a DuPont product called Imron. It's an aviation paint, and in certain applications it can lift. I don't know what this bus was repainted with. Most of the paint is in excellent condition. This is the only area, these few little nickel-sized spots that I'm concerned about. Now, why all the concern? Well, I have a background in having kept really nice vehicles. I had a vintage 73 Cadillac that I just recently sold. I really prided myself in the originality of the car. I'd been to car shows with it over the years. Um, just a kind of a really cool cruiser. And then I actually have my two pickup trucks. They say a redneck has a pickup truck. I must be a real redneck. I have two of them, but actually they're for different purposes. The 2003 is my daily driver. It also has the factory towing package with 8,900 pounds rated tow capability. My Sierra, the white truck, is our long distance truck. Gets really good fuel economy. But one thing both of those trucks have in common is both engines are Vortec cast iron blocks. The 5.3 is before they used the cylinder management system, deactivating cylinders. And then in the 2008 body style that you see, the Crew Cab Sierra, again, it's a 4.8 liter V8. And again, it does not have any of the cylinder deactivation features or the active fuel management. Again, just a throwback kind of guy I am. Simple is better. And I chose those power plants for their reliability and simplicity. Just kind of like why I like the 3208 Cat in the Wanderlodge, and actually like the FC design.